Excuse me, mate. Got 2 minutes? Ever wondered how to embrace change in our ever-growing world? Stick around where I'll give you a 2-minute animated summary of the book, Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson, here on Better You in 2. Who Moved My Cheese is a small but very effective book, written by Spencer Johnson. It's about a group of old friends who met up for a small reunion and they were discussing people they know, and one of them referred to a story they had heard which was called Who Moved My Cheese. The other friends were intrigued to find out about the story. The story is about 4 characters who are called Sniff, Scurry, Hem and Haw, whose names reflect their approach to change. What's interesting though is how every one of us can identify with at least one of the characters in relation to our response in needing a change. So very simply, the cheese is a metaphor for whatever it is you want in life, whether that be a good job, success, happiness, or wanting to find love. The maze represents wherever it is you spend time looking for that cheese. So why did the author use cheese to represent what it is you want in life? Well, 2 of the characters, Sniff and Scurry, were mice, whereas Hem and Haw were more human-like characters. Every day in the maze, these 4 characters will go and search for their own special type of cheese that will help them to be happy and nourish them. This maze was a labyrinth and it had many corners and alleyways, and it was very easy for you to get lost in there. The 2 mice did what they knew best and would use a trial and error method where they will sniff down a corridor in a maze, and if it did not lead to cheese, then they will scurry to the next one. The 2 human-like characters used a more sophisticated approach because they had a more complex brain. But what you'll find is that they just continued to hem and haw their way through the maze, even though change was happening in front of their very own eyes. At one point of the story, Sniff and Scurry found cheese at a particular point in the maze along with Hem and Haw. However, Sniff and Scurry always maintained a daily routine of getting to the cheese station early, but with Hem and Haw, it wasn't long before they started to get complacent. Because of this, Sniff and Scurry noticed the gradual dwindling of the amount of cheese over time, and they were ready to find cheese elsewhere when one day the cheese wasn't there. Hem and Haw, however, just complained and procrastinated because they felt entitled, and not only that, their complacency hindered them from noticing the gradual decrease in cheese daily. But we do get to see Haw eventually making a change by asking himself the question, what would you do if you weren't afraid?